right, let's talk about this, guys. Okay? I got to tell you something. This is what I've been doing. All right? You're going to like what I've been doing. Liam, especially Bern, you're going to appreciate this. This is what we got. So, last week we talked about some shows. One of them, Attack of the Clones. Great show. Great show. All-timer, fantabulous show. I'm rewatching. I rewatched the end of season 4. I'm going through season 5. Incredible. Just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Like Moth and Savage Opress teaming with Death Watch to take over Mandalore. Oh, and then Palpatine comes in and kind of saves the day. Like, this was just incredible. Like, when he kills Obi-Wan's girl in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh, like,
that's
just
those
best.
are some good episodes, dude.
Oh,
those are some
dude,
really
and
good episodes.
Like, dude, and I think they end season 4 with Grievous taking over the witches of Dathomir, right? And and Ventress is on the run. And then, then it goes into, Savage and Maul. They team up with the pirates, and then the pirates betray him. That whole thing, like, just awesome stuff. Like, they find Maul at the end of season 4, bring him back. It was so good. Just so fucking good, right? And then now I'm at the part where it was the trial of Ahsoka when she gets kicked out of the Jedi Order.
They did her so dirty.
So dirty.
Good. Like, it's incredible, the writing. Like, they're involving all these things, but the one thing I noticed, and I picked up on it right away, when you see a B character Jedi or like a backseat Jedi show up, that Jedi's there to do the job, and they're dead. Dead as a doornail.
Cannon fodder for the villain, for the Sith, or for Ventress or whoever, but mostly
Cad Bane or whoever.
Grievous kills them, or at best they're like captured or something, or they're surrounded, and one of the main Jedi have to go save them. If there's a Jedi on that show and you have not seen them in one of those council seats, you bet they have like a 25, no, lower. They have probably a 10% chance of surviving those episodes.
Any Jedi that I don't see, that I don't recognize from episode 3, I'm like, oh, well, you're shit canned, But I even love, like, they did like a callback, like when Barriss was the villain during the trial of Ahsoka. You know what I mean? And she's like, I think, it's so good. Incredible. But yeah, I was just like, these guys are here to do the job. And I kind of love it because they got to put over the villain. Right?
Yeah.
If B-level Jedis can beat the villain, then what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Because they can't just have them beat like regular security or troopers or like,
be troopers all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm at the episode now where like Order 66 is coming through, and the one guy has like a snafu, and he just ices the one twin Jedi with the tentacle hair.
Fives.
Fives. And I was just like, man, this is getting heavy. But dude, that was just saying, they do the job. The B-level Jedis are just they're jobbers, right? They're jobbers, and that's all. Yeah.
You know who doesn't get enough credit for that show is Temu Morrison voicing all of the clones and giving so many different personalities to so many different dudes. Like, I don't think people who haven't watched the Clone Wars realize that like the clones are major characters in that show, and they have their own personalities, and they're super interesting. And for Morrison to be able to do all of them is pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive. Love it. So, okay, speaking of being pretty impressive, this is the Working Perspectives Podcast presents The Retorted Show. I'm Matt Lavelle, he's Bern Podcasy, and that handsome bastard is Liam Reese. Tonight, we're going to bring you some awesome stuff. We're going to recap a shitty Super Bowl, and then we're going to introduce a new format of the show, and it's going to be great. And I'm going to love it. So let's keep it moving. But before we get started, guys, I'd just like to say, I said it from week 1 till the end of the year, I was Seahawks. They've been my team since week 1. I've always pulled for them. I picked them out. Sam Darnold's my guy. So just happened to see my Seahawks pull one out. Bern, your thoughts.
Wow, Jacoby Brissett is going to be heartbroken when he listens to this episode.
Yeah,
buddy.
Heartbroken when he listens to this episode.
Jacoby's up next year. He's the next Sam Darnold. Liam, what do you think?
Jacobs? Well, I don't know what's going to happen to Jacob. That's a question mark for next year that I will be watching closely. Like, what is going to happen to Jacobs? He'd be a great backup to have, dude. That's for sure.
The best. Bern, let's go over this. What do we got for divvy up what we did in the shitty Super Bowl? And, the Super Bowl sucked. It's been done to death. So, if you got to move through it pretty quick, I ain't going to be mad at you.
Yeah, here's what we had, guys. We had New England as a 4.5 point underdog. We had a total of 45.5. This went pretty easily. Liam and I hit with Seattle. We liked the Hawks laying that 4.5. They ended up pulling it off.
I thought
16.
all three of us hit on Seattle.
Nope. No, Matt. You had New England.
Oh, I did?
So
I could have sworn.
So
weird. Your favorite goddamn team.
I don't think I took New England once this year. How strange.
Let me just go back and check and see.
You're no good son of a bitch is what you are.
Actually, what I do notice here is that not only did Matt take New England every single week, he also didn't take Seattle a single time.
Oh,
so just for the record, no Seattle picks in 4 playoff weeks, 4 New England picks in 4 playoff weeks. Must have been a mental glitch or something.
I don't know where that came from.
But either way, keep it moving,
Daddy.
We hit that. Maddie and I both like the under. We hit that. That makes me the winner for the week, hitting both guys in the playoffs. I had 9 out of 14 correct. Liam had 7 out of 14. Matt had 6 out of 14, bringing our final season totals, capturing the regular season and the postseason. Liam is going to take home the trophy with 78 correct picks to my 76 to Maddie's 66. So congratulations to Liam.
Pretty tight.
I made a little bit of a run in the playoffs, but it wasn't enough to overcome what Liam was doing during the regular season. So 78 to 76.
If you look back at a couple of those content picks,
Giants picks,
couple Giants picks, couple content picks.
Hey,
you could be taking the crown here, babe. You could be taking that crown. But anyway, what happened with the fantasy jab?
So fantasy jab, Liam for the first time took JSN because Puka was not available. Liam had taken Puka in the 2 spot for the first 3 weeks. Liam jumped to the 1 pick this time around as he was the leader in the first 3 rounds of fantasy points. JSN with a paltry 6. He actually did something weird where he left the game, went into the tent, came out of the tent, went into the locker room. So you figure, well, that's definitely a wrap if they're looking for concussions. And then came back out, put his helmet on, and played. Didn't need to do much by that point. Seattle wasn't throwing the ball anymore. So Liam's fantasy team scored as follows: 17 for Drake May, 17 for Ramondre Stevenson, and 6 apiece for JSN, Hunter Henry, and Stephon Diggs for a total of 52. My fantasy team scored as follows: Sam Darnold 14, Kenneth Walker III 18, Cooper Kupp at 12, AJ Barner 15, Travion Henderson at 7 for a grand total of 66 points. So I will take the fantasy.
Marvel Man get MVP?
Kenneth Walker III was the MVP. 161 total yards and 2 catches, no scores. Really, if ever you could have made a point for the kicker/punter MVP combo, it would have been this one. 5 field goals and 2 extra points for Myers on the Seahawks, and their punter put 5 balls inside the 10-yard line. I thought the kicking game was probably should have been
corners,
5 inside the 10.
Dude,
doesn't get much better than
teams, that. I mean, they talked about it this year, how special teams it's so important and gets overlooked so much, but it's so valuable. It wins a lot of games,
It's what cost the Rams being in this game.
I would love to see a stat of the best special teams, where the top team with the best special teams ends up every year. Because they always say number 1 defense always ends up high, you know what I mean? But where does the best special teams always end up? Right? Because if you have the best special teams and a top 3 defense, you're going places, baby. You're going a lot of places. But all right. But
tough couple days for Drake May. He loses out, finishes second in MVP voting. The MVP votes came in. Stafford had 24 first place votes. Drake May had 23 first place votes. Justin Herbert had 1 first place vote. Drake May had more second place votes. So if that Justin Herbert voter had voted for Drake May, Drake May would have won the MVP.
Could you imagine if he won it and then played that game in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's probably better that he did.
Yeah.
But I'd like to talk to the Justin Herbert MVP voter and be like, broski. I mean, we know he was playing without an offensive line, but I don't know that I would have had a handful of guys. I would have had JSN ahead of Justin Herbert. I would have had,
a lot of guys.
A couple guys in there.
I would have had Jacobs ahead of him.
And the last
Who was more valuable for their team? Who was more valuable for their team this year than Jacobs? Tell me. Tell me.
If
Can
you're
you
truly
name
doing
one person that did more for their team than Jacoby Brissett?
If you're truly doing most valuable
Jonathan Taylor probably for a while was
not for a whole season. Jacobs was 300 plus every week.
They didn't win any games though.
Hey, is that his fault? There's a defense and special teams there you need to consider. But he did more for any team ever. It's Jacobs. But either way, are we done with this football shit? Because it sucked.
I got one more small point to make this year. Now, I mean, sure, you got your Kuechly's, you got your Vinatieri's, you got Drew Brees, you got Larry Fitz, a couple really, really deserving guys getting into the Hall of Fame this year. Now, I know he's your boy, Matt, but not everybody likes him. But Bill Belichick is not going to be a first ballot Hall of Fame coach. I don't know what that means for first ballot Hall of Fame coaches. If the guy with the most Super Bowl wins, the most playoff wins,
I guess nothing,
and the most Super Bowl appearances.
Dude, Gruden said it. It's they're insulting themselves by doing this.
Yeah.
Like it really
silly.
is
Gruden's the man. Of course he has the best take on it. He's the man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's like, dude, you're insulting yourself and you're lowering your credibility. Everyone, like, you're not insulting anyone by doing it, like by putting him in as a first balloter, but everyone knows, like, now, well, this is just all bullshit, and it's a favorites game, and because he didn't kiss your guys' dick when he was a coach, now you're going to try and dick him over here. Like, he's the most deserving coach to get first ballot. I can't think of a more deserving coach.
And everyone in the whole world knows it.
So now everyone thinks the Hall of Fame voters you're a joke now. You're a joke and your credibility shot.
His former owner, Robert Kraft, also doesn't make it in. Robert Kraft took over a team that when he bought the team, they were 3-13 the year before. They went to the playoffs within 2 years. It's hard to argue that Robert Kraft's not, like a Hall of Fame owner with the teams he put together. And obviously, the most egregious omission from the Hall of Fame now for the second year in a row is the one and only Elijah Manning. Elijah Manning gets boned again. Second year of eligibility. They skip on him. There's only he's the only two-time Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl MVP, who's eligible for the Hall of Fame, not to be in it. He's also the only two-time Super Bowl MVP who won both Super Bowls without a top 10 defense. He currently ranks 11th in touchdowns and 12th in total passing yards.
And he's second for longest active game streak, right? Behind
That's correct. 213 games. He never missed a start.
Played.
In an 18-year career, he never missed a start due to injury.
Dude, that's one of the worst things. Who was the coach that did that? Fucking when he sat him.
Yeah, when he sat him for
that
Gino.
That was just fucking pretty awful.
Bob McAdoo.
McAdoo.
And Gino played so badly, and the fans were so mad that he ended up starting Eli the next game. So it broke the streak for no reason.
For nothing. For
Bob
being
McAdoo.
a cunt.
2 years
Giants. That's a Giants thing to do.
That's the most Giants thing ever.
That's all I got.
Are we good?
Yes, sir.
All right, so here we go. We're introducing our new format, gang. This is what we got. All right, so I'm a dad, he's a dad, he's a dad, we're all dads. So we're going to talk some dad stuff. Me, Matt Lavelle, I'm going to be representing the married dad, right? I'm considered the head coach, and I'm dealing with his own defensive parenting, compromising with a spouse, and honey, can you help me with this list, right? Then you have Benito Benedini. He's the logistics manager. He's dealing with the co-parenting schedules, FaceTime goodnights, and maximizing the limited time he has with his children. And then you have the hero. He's a fucking hero. He's the solo pilot. Dealing with, maybe dating apps. He's introducing maybe You know, I don't know if he's bringing partners or kids, but he's the solo authority figure in the house, and he does it all himself. I'll tell you this. I was at Liam's house on Sunday. Fucking spotless, Bern. Spotless. And it smelled incredible. I was like, wow, I have 2 of us, and we can't keep our house this clean. Incredible stuff. So we're going to give you 3 different aspects of dadhood from 3 different points of view, and I'm fucking chalked up for this, fellas. Fellas, you chalked? Bern, talk to me.
First of all, I'm super chalked up about this. Also, just so the listeners know, okay, Liam has an 11-year-old daughter. I have an almost 9-year-old son and a freshly 4-year-old daughter. Maddie's got a 6-year-old daughter and a little boy who's just creeped over a year. So we're giving you, we got a whole array of experiences, big spectrum coming for you on these conversations.
Yep.
I'm still riding high on Matt saying that my house was spotless. He came over at the best possible time. Like the end of a Sunday after we were like, you know, done vacuuming, putting stuff away, and all, you know, perfect timing. Love it.
You know, I want to talk about this as a dad, right? So let's talk about this. I want to talk about like maybe chores, right? Okay. So as a married dad, right, there's certain things I think are like guy work in the house, right? So for guy work, I feel like trash, that's a guy thing. Right?
Automatic. Yeah.
Guys are doing the trash, and I'm a big laundry guy. I'm weird about the laundry. I think it's because when I was a kid, my mom had a rule: if you wanted to pick out your own clothes or wear your own clothes, you had to do your own laundry, right?
Oh.
And also, I was in a house with 2 other brothers, so I wanted to keep track of my fucking clothes, you know? So I did my own laundry. So I learned how to do it real young. But I'm big on I need to fold it a certain way, and it gets, you know, it's kind of a thing, okay? And I got no problem with it, but whatever. You know, also when I was boxing full time, here's something they don't tell you when you're boxing full time or fighting full time. You're doing 3 workouts a day. That's 3 pairs of underwear. That's 3 pairs of spats. That's 3 pairs of socks. That's 3 undershirts, 3 shirts sometimes, right? And if it's the winter, it's hoodies. And if it's the summer, still a hoodie. You know? So like I did so much fucking laundry. It's insanity the amount of laundry you do when you're training full time. That's the one thing I don't tell you. But either way, one thing I don't do and my wife does is the dishes, right? Yeah. And I'll tell you, I even get brownie points when I see some dishes and my wife's upstairs with the kids putting down whatever, and I do the dishes and she comes down, the dishes are done. Oh, buddy, chalk that one up in the, hey, can I get this later? You know what I mean? So as a married
Sometimes
dad,
I just want to roll a grenade in there. Sometimes I look over after I just vacuumed, after I just bought clothes up, after all this nonsense, then I look over and there's like pots in there from dinner or whatever.
Liam, I want to ask you this, Liam, right? Say you wake up, it's Sunday morning, you know, things are going good, right? And you're like, you know what? Let's do some flapjacks. But in your mind, you're like, yeah, I'd love some delicious flapjacks. But A, do I have enough milk or whatever to do this? If that's all there, we're good. 2, do I want to have to clean the bowl and the spatula and the spoon and whatever that I need to make the mix? Then, do I want to clean the pots and pans that I use to cook it? Then, do I want to clean the plates and whatever and the silverware that comes with it? Like, you have to think of all of that, where I have to think of some of it. And Bern, I don't know about you, but Liam, your take, what's your thought on dishes as a dad?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you do that stuff on the fly, but for me, there's usually, like, if you know, you kind of want to plan ahead for something like that. You know you want to do that, have that batter made, and it's like in a pitcher or whatever. Maybe you top it off with a little water so that all you're worried about is doing that and the pan. You don't have to worry about the mixing bowl and everything. You already did that the day before, and it's taken care of.
So single dad is game planning.
Then you could do breakfast and relax.
Yeah, but your game planning then is single dad.
You kind of have to, yeah. I think you do.
Bern, divorced dad, where are we at with this? Like, you got the kids over on the weekend. You want to be the fun house. You don't want to be the boring house. You're like, Dad made us chocolate chip pancakes in the shape of a dick for breakfast. It was great, Mom.
Well, here's what's funny. You said earlier you feel like kind of like the head coach. You know what I mean in the married scenario.
I mean, I'm really the assistant, but yeah.
Yeah. But sure. But like Liam is pretty much like the owner / GM. Like the buck stops with him, right? Every decision that gets made coming down the pike, except he has no one to delegate it to. But Liam's kind of like, so let's say, Maddie, you're the head coach, or at least let's say the defensive coordinator, right? And then Liam, as a single dad, is absolutely like the owner GM. Like he's got to dot every I, cross every T. He's responsible for every decision that happens.
Yeah, head floor sweeper.
Yeah. Right, everything. As the divorced, shared custody of my kids live 2 hours away, so I only get to really see them on weekends. I'm more of like a video coordinator assistant, which is that nobody gives a shit what I have to say about anything, really. Like I get brought in for specific things, but for the most part, I have no real idea what's going on. And like, I'm not going to go to the OC and be like, I think we need to run this play. She's going to look at me and be like, just stick to what I need from you. Okay. Right. So it's frustrating in that thing. Now, see, I was married for 9 years and did have 2 kids while I was married. So I a lot of my reference is, the double team in the thing. I never minded dishes a ton. Here's what I was good at. I was good at laundry. I was good at dishes. I was a great straightener, upper organizer kind of guy, right? But
yeah, you'd pick up a dirty room.
I pick up a dirty room.
Like the toys. Like you're cleaning the toys up.
Right. The problem though is I'm an organizer, tidy upper.
Yeah.
I'm not a deep cleaner. So like, while I would have that living room cleaned up with toys, if there was piss on the floor next to the toilet in the bathroom, it wouldn't even cross my mind to pop a mop out. You know what I mean? Like I was not the deep clean guy. I was the surface level, make it look good.
I'll tell you this.
Lipstick on a pig.
You guys are going to hate this. Little high-end Camaria thing for the married guy. We have a cleaning lady. She comes every other week.
Fucking raging.
You're such a scumbag, dude.
What fucking dirt.
Miss Priscilla. She comes in. And you know what's the worst part, guys? You know what's the worst part? What my married wife does? She'll clean the house before the cleaning lady gets there.
That is
right?
insanity.
So I'm paying this lady to vacuum, mop, sweep, do the dusting, whatever. I'll tell you, the house smells and looks great. Nothing like the vacuum lines on a clean carpet, huh?
Yeah,
the things you didn't think you'd want.
I think I can speak for all 3 of us that is just magic no matter which dad you are. You walk in and the vacuum lines are there, the couches are all clear and everything. You throw a game on or something, put your feet up, all the chores are done. Come on, man. That is like the best feeling in the world.
Daddy.
Yeah,
that's living. Oh. But
I accidentally, and you're right, garbage is a dude thing. I didn't even realize this. I was picking my kid up and a couple weeks ago, and I had to stop at the house and grab his bag because he was at school. So the ex left the bag in the garage for me. So I grabbed the bag, and then without even realizing it, I pulled in their recycling can because it was sitting on the road, and I pulled it back into the driveway. And I was like, and then I got there and I was like, Am I a limp dick for doing that?
No,
for helping them
because fucking limp dick should have done it already.
But I didn't even cross my mind.
That's who's limp dick. You're right.
I just saw a recycling can out on into the street, and I was like, well, that doesn't go there. Without even thinking about it, muscle memory, that can was put away. Not even my house, but I couldn't help it. So I think there's something about the garbage recycling, like managing the cans that is just a dude thing no matter what situation you're in.
I think you're right, because I have older neighbors and they put their trash cans on their back porch, and like they're older, so sometimes when it's there and if I'm taking mine in, I'll just take theirs in because I know it's not super easy for them, but then I have these younger neighbors that have left their trash cans out for 2 days after trash, and I've fucking thrown it on their back porch and say, hey, fucking put your trash cans up. My kids play out here.
I've seen that before, too. That is something that, come on, have some self-respect. When it's trash day is Monday and your cans are out there on Wednesday, what the fuck are you doing with your life, dude?
Right.
You got to walk past them, presumably.
Right. I mean, I don't know if you're not home, it's one thing. Then asking neighbor, hey, can you put my cans back? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'll give you till 6 or 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. on trash day. I get it. You might put that out. You might leave for the day. You might have something going on after work.
Right.
As long as you're back in by Tuesday morning, we're good, man. We're good. No judgment coming.
Yeah,
here
I'm not
whatsoever.
trying to. I don't want to do it. But if it's Wednesday, Thursday, and your can's still sitting out there, what are we fucking doing here? Are you in a fight with your
you know?
Yeah, come on. What are we doing? You know what's the worst though? The worst. When you're pulling a bag out of the trash can and there's a fucking hole in the bag. I mean, this is top level fucking the worst. Because then you're like, one, you don't want the hole to get bigger and everything to come out. Two, you're fucking rushing to get it to the trash can. And Liam, you're on the second floor.
And you just turned a 2-minute job into now you're looking at 15 minutes cleaning the trash can itself.
And it's gross.
Man. Yeah.
And it's like the most disgusting. That's the most, like, you couldn't pay me $1 million to drink that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's the most disgusting. That's the secret of the ooze coming out of that thing.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Now, Matty, I'm assuming since you live in such a high-income area, you have a garbage disposal.
I do.
Yeah. That's a whole different story if there's no garbage disposal. Last place I lived was second floor, no garbage disposal. And so that's
my situation right now.
Yeah.
Second floor, no disposal.
Ooh.
That is a whole different level of heinous horror.
I mean, guys, cleaning lady, garbage disposal, how much do you hate me? You know, you don't even care about the wife. You're like, this fucking bastard's living high on the hog.
The disposal isn't that bad. You just got to get the people that are in your house on the same page. And like my kid's pretty old now, so she knows there's no garbage disposal there. Food does not go in that sink. Plates got to be scraped and everything. And I got system is kind of working right now. You know, now that I just said that, I'll probably find something. But you know,
right. But then you're the sleepover house too, Liam. Right. So you have factors that you don't even know you're dealing with when you have other kids sleeping over.
Well,
and they're like,
I'll give some leeway on that.
Right.
You know, if I got to do a little extra, that's part of the deal. You assume they're going to do something that you have to do extra, but it's worth it because really. So here's the thing. It's a trick. When your kid gets to be like about my age, if you let them have the sleepover and they're back there in their room doing their dances or they're watching a movie or whatever, you know what they're not doing?
Asking you for anything.
Getting in trouble, giving you shit. Like I can sit out here and watch a movie or something and be in peace. It's great.
What's your move on sleepover night? Are you cooking or are you ordering pizza or what are you doing?
Depends. So Tony's is always a good choice for sleepovers. Grab a plain pie from Tony's. That is good pizza. All kids love it.
I wish that Portnoy would do a fucking Tony's review because I think
that would be cool. I would be interested to see. Yeah.
Got a great sauce. But okay, so you're getting Tony's. What's your Tony's order?
So usually we'll ask like the kid coming over because you want to be a good host and everything. So I'll be like, hey, what is your buddy like? And since it's only like if it's just the three of us, sometimes I'll let her bring like a couple friends, and then we'll just ask them what I like. Do like half or do a plain and one topping. The chicken pizza is fucking awesome over there. There's like a chicken parm pizza that's really good or whatever it is. Dude, it is phenomenal. But I mean, honestly, you can't go wrong with plain. Kids like the plain, and it's just,
it's a staple hitter. Goes with everybody. I'll tell you what we did. Me and my daughter have been getting. I'll tell you, we used to get Chick-fil-A after gymnastics, right? And it was a cool, because I'd have to buy it for the house, and it's a cool $40-something. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
The last few weeks, and I hope it keeps this way. Me and her stop and get slices afterwards. $12, getting a couple slices and fucking dude, she loves a CBR, a little chicken bacon ranch slice, and they didn't have one of those tonight, so she got the mega slice, which is fries, bacon, whiz, and ranch on pizza. I was like, are we fucking eating this thing?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
she had
quite
like
a
a couple
slice
bites
for a
and
little
she's
one.
like, yeah, she had a couple bites and she's like, Dad, can I get a Sicilian? I was like, yeah, we can get a Sicilian. You know,
But you
I'm
know
a big
what?
Sicilian guy.
That is the move, because really, like, fast food, the I feel like the allure with that was that it doesn't cost anything, so that's
Yeah,
why
not
you
the
go.
case.
But
Not the
now,
case.
since it
Nope.
costs as much as anything
Oh,
else, to me,
right.
fuck that. I'm going to get Tony's or sushi or
Yeah.
something that's actually good,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
now that there's no separation there, I'm
Yeah.
not getting that bullshit anymore.
No.
You know?
Hell no.
If I take my kids to McDonald's, right? If we were to go to McDonald's and they both want 6-piece nugget Happy Meals, and then I have to get an extra medium fry because the fry they give you in there is about 7 French fries, it's $15.
Mhm.
It's $15, and I'm not eating because
Ugh.
I'm trying to avoid McDonald's. Like, I'm trying to be less of a fat bastard. So if I'm going to eat fast food, I'm going to eat something I really, really
But
like.
also, you don't want to have to take a nap afterwards either.
Well, that's the thing too. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. Am I going to eat a Big Mac and shit for the rest of the day while I'm watching my kids?
Yeah.
Like, that's not what I'm trying to do either.
No.
It's $15 for 2 Happy Meals.
Nope.
And
Go
I'm
to
like,
your
that's not
local.
even-
See that they're doing it to themselves. To me,
Right.
They are phasing that, at least out of like my house, our rotation. That's like not even in it anymore.
Also, they
we're
took
hitting
away the
Tony's,
playgrounds
for sure.
at the place. Like,
They sure
none of
did.
the place have the
screw them,
playgrounds
man.
in there anymore. Like, we used to go to Chick-fil-A, and my daughter's like, I'm going in the playground. They took out the playground. We haven't eaten in Chick-fil-A since. You know, we only get takeout.
When I was a kid, the big McDonald's move that we would all get psyched for, me and my brothers, was we'd go for breakfast. We'd go for breakfast and then play in the playground. And it was like, great. And we probably we'd all get pancakes and sausage. And
hotcakes and sausage,
it probably cost my old man $9. And then we'd run it right off in the playground. And he could sit there and drink a coffee for an hour and not have to worry about what the hell we were doing.
So here's my question: who's getting this stuff then? Because it sounds to me like, after talking to you guys, it's phasing itself out of like the family choice, right?
For sure.
So who is this for now?
Drunks.
Have they leaned into the stoner market?
Yeah, it's drunks and college kids, I think. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I think
they're open late, you know? Dude, I'll tell you, Taco Bell changed everything with that. When Taco Bell was eat great even late, they were the first ones to do that, the midnight menu, and they fucking made out like bandits on the stoner crowd.
Also, regular beef tacos were like 99 cents when they did that.
Yeah.
So you could go there after the bar with $5 in your pocket and be like, I'm actually gonna eat all these and feel sick about it, but I'm gonna be so
crazy. I guess that's what you have to do. I guess that's what like the bar crowd is doing now, is hitting that. There's still diners around though, because to me, once the price thing comes into play, even if I was out of a bar, I already said that though. So
no,
here's the thing though. These are these are national companies. We're in a very interesting place in the Pennsylvania, New Jersey, tri-state area where diners are still very much like part of the culture. Like we are in a great diner
especially
culture
Jersey.
area. We are in like the home, but like it's still even up around me.
Yeah.
There's 3 diners I can go to right now that'll be open till midnight. No one else might be in them if I walked in there right now on a Tuesday night, but they'd be open till midnight. Get myself a piece of pie or some hash browns.
Dude, that's one thing I don't think you find other places is the fucking like the bakery style shit they have in the diner. It's so fucking like you walk in, the display case is there. It's so fucking good, dude. Oh my god,
little lemon meringue, little blueberry pie, and a coffee,
little alamoti. I have an
interesting pizza problem, and I'm hoping this changes as my kids get older. But my son is fine with pizza, any kind of pizza. Like, he just likes a plain cheese pizza. My daughter only eats the crust on pizza, which is one of the most baffling kid things I could ever imagine.
It's an interesting choice.
She eats her pizza backwards and then doesn't really have much interest in it. So now I've gotten them to the point where he will save his crust for her. And so if it works out, like, she'll get like 2 crusts and then eat the crust off of one, and then I will eat a crustless piece of pizza that she had just gnawed on the bottom of. But like, you know what I mean? Because that's what I'm gonna clean that up if we're getting slices. But 4-year-old girl only eats the crust.
To bring this back full circle, all right? Liam, right? Like one thing, like I can, I'm not every dish I put in the sink, it doesn't kill me, because I know like, hey, I might not have to get this. Bern, when you're just doing it for you, it's one thing, but when you have the kids, you're like, I'm only doing this every, weekend
couple
or whatever.
days, 5-6 days a month.
But Liam, every dish in that sink, like it just must be daunting, dude.
It's like
How
a
do you do
dagger.
it?
It's like a dagger. It's like a knife in the heart every
Do
time.
you ever
Or
just
like
think like I'm gonna buy paper products and plastic silverware? Like, do you ever just think like I'm just gonna go to Costco, get the $1,000 fucking packs of silverware and plates?
Yeah,
and
but
just
then
this
they
is what I'm doing.
suck when you make certain things.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
you think you're gonna do that, but until you make like a real dinner or anything that's got gravy or whatever, you know what I mean? It just it sounds
It's
good
tough.
in practice, but it's fucked.
You know what we did? Like we do the paper plates, but like
Great
we
for
also
pizza
went
night.
to
Paper plates, great for pizza night.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, paper plate for pizza night. That's the jam. Like, what are we doing? Yeah. But like, we bought the things too, like the plastic things that you put under the paper plates. You ever do those? Like, those are a godsend. Whoever thought of that?
Oh yeah.
Thank you, thank you, because we use those a lot. But no, but like you can't have cereal on a paper plate. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm with you. But God bless you, Liam, and everything you stand for. You're fighting the real fight, man. You're the hero here. You're the hero. Yeah. I'm a fraud, and Bern, you're a part-time hero.
So here's something interesting, and something that is I'm currently struggling with a lot. Right? Is influence, right? The amount of influence you have. Now, here's how I look at it too, Liam. It's just you. So your influence, for better or worse, you know what I mean? Like you can push your daughter towards things that you like.
So
and
that's
see if
where
she
my
likes
advantage
them too.
is. That's like where I win. Where like if you're looking at all three situations, you're like, what's the upside? That's the upside. There's no argument. There's no if we do something, someone's in your ear, or there's no I call the shots and I don't have to run it by anybody. I don't have to, I have to run it by one little person, but usually she's on me and her on the same page.
Yeah. And like you can coax her into it, and there's no like other person that could be like, oh, I don't think that's a good idea. Like I have to deal with that, where it's like, oh, let's do this, and do we really want to do that? Or well, let's be careful and like the whole go-kart thing. Right? Yep. I'm like, fucking the go-kart's gonna be fucking awesome. I can't wait. It's gonna fucking zip all over. And then the wife's like, well, what if she hurts herself? And, I don't think you should have bought this for her. And I'm like, well, I fucking didn't ask you, did I?
Honestly, we haven't. I don't think I've ever seen it tip, ever.
See? There you go. So. I'll be the first one to tip it. We'll tip it on Saturday when I give it to her. But, Bern, your thoughts on... All right, so before we go...
Let me give you a brief example here, okay?
Hit me.
So me and my son have been talking about the Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
And so we made a bet, right? He wanted the Patriots and I like the Seahawks. So we made a $1 bet. You know that I'm a huge believer in the dollar bet culture, okay? I think a $1 bet is worth just as much as a $50,000 bet. A bet's a bet. I just like to be on the right side of things.
Yeah, get him betting. Get him betting early.
So we made a deal. So the deal we made was if the Patriots win, I owed him a paper dollar. If the Seahawks win, he owed me $1, but he could pay me in any denomination of change that he could find. Right? I
hope he gave you 100 fucking pennies.
Well, I haven't seen him yet, but I'm sure he's going to. So he calls. I call him. It's like 6:00 on Sunday. I'm like, hey, all right. So you ready for our bet? And he was like, what's up? And I was like, well, the Super Bowl. And he was like, when is it? And I was like, it's in a half hour. And he's like, oh, well, I got to watch it. And I'm like, yeah, dude. You don't go to bed till like 8:00. So like, we're all good here. Like you can watch, I was like, you can watch the early part. And then when your mom says it's time to go to bed, like go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
Time.
So yeah. We chop it up. It is 10 minutes later. I get a text message. What the hell was that all about? Very disruptive. I write back, what's up? She goes, it's 6:15 on a school night. I didn't even realize the Super Bowl was today. We had planned to watch a movie. We don't have basic cable. And now he's crying because he wants to watch the Super Bowl and I have no way to put it on for him. So I was like,
Peacock?
They don't have an antenna?
So I said, do you still have your antenna? So now I'm getting static about this, right? Because now I disrupted the world. It did not occur to me that her and Noodle Boy live in a world where like you can't watch NBC.
He doesn't watch any sports?
Which means he doesn't get to watch the Olympics, which means he doesn't get to watch soccer, which he likes. So
and the World Cup's going to be on NBC too.
So then I'm like, do you still have the antenna? So to her credit, she does call me and she was like, hey, sorry about that. That was kind of a shitty text. Like, I just all of a sudden, I'm in the middle of making dinner. He's like freaking out because he's supposed to watch the Super Bowl because you want him to watch the Super Bowl. He hasn't mentioned football to me. And I was like, well, we've been talking about it for weeks. Obviously, if my plan was to throw a grenade in your night, I could do that every single night. I could find a way to do that every single night. Right.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I don't do that. So obviously, that's not been my intention. So what ends up happening is she finds the antenna, she plugs it in. He and I sit together on FaceTime, watch the first half of the Super Bowl. He and his sister shake their butt a little bit to Bad Bunny, and then everybody has to go to bed. Right. So it all worked out.
Where was Noodle Boy while this was happening?
He was downstairs in the basement with Jess and Isla and his kids watching a movie.
He doesn't care about the Super Bowl?
What? Apparently not a sports guy.
What kind of fucking male influence does she have around her son?
So here's like, so I'm struggling. And she said, like, I realize that this is a situation that I got frustrated about, but like that you and he can bond over. And like, I don't want to stand in the way of that. And I'm sorry I sent kind of a shitty text. I was just really frustrated at the moment because I'm trying to make dinner and he's crying. And I was like, I'm not trying to be a dick either, but like, you can't watch the Super Bowl in your house? Like what?
Yeah.
What scenario? So the frustrating thing for me is like, I want to, like Liam said, like I'd like to be able to be like, if I lived with him, we would have watched Villanova tonight for a while. We would have watched, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I can't, I'm not there for all of that.
Right.
So like,
but
the Super Bowl is just a great example of like the Super Bowl. 1.5 billion people around the world are currently watching this, and you don't have.
But dude, I mean, but I bet in her mind, I bet she's like, yeah, he wants to be about the Super Bowl, but where was he when I had to make this call, like, fill this paper out for the parenting thing for school or some bullshit? You know what I mean? Like,
went to pick him up from his after school for the first time a couple weeks ago, and she calls me halfway down. She's like, yeah, I don't know what happened, but you're not on the approved pickup list. So they might not let you take him. And I was like, and she was like, I don't want you to read. She was like, I don't want you to read more into this and think it's something that it wasn't. She's like, obviously I have you listed as like a parent and a guardian and a contact, but for whatever reason, I must have like not checked the box. So
you should have been cool then. If you're one of the listed parents, I think that list is for additional pickup people, right?
Well, I know, Sammy Sweetheart can pick him up and drop him off, but for whatever they didn't have school that day, so he was at like camp at school.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. So she was like, well, I don't know. Like I might have to leave work early and go pick him up and take him home so you can pick him up here. And I was like, well, let me know how it shakes out. Like I said, if you forgot to check my box and you have to leave work early, like I don't care. I don't care that that's inconvenient for you.
Wait. So did they let you pick him up?
So she put my thing in, and then I got the email while I was driving, and I hit the confirmation code, and then I had a code to give them when I went there. So when I got there, it was fine. But she was like, I don't want you to read too much into this. And I was like, dude,
how can you not?
I'm his dad, and I'm not on the approved pickup list.
Yeah, I don't know how you could. I think there's only one way you read into that.
There's only one way to read it, dude, man. I'm not looking that deep.
That's brutal. But but then, I mean, paperwork's probably my least favorite thing to do, and my wife does fucking own it.
I don't do any of it. To be fair, I don't do any
but
of it. So
Liam has to do all of it.
I hate it. No, so you know what I hate? It's
dishes.
not the paper. It's all the goddamn apps with everything. You got to have an app for this. You got to have an app for aftercare. You got to have an app to do their school lunches. And that's a different one for the school. Give me a fucking break. What are you going to do with all these kids if all of a sudden we have another day like when the Verizon towers went out or whatever? Remember?
Yeah.
Like, so then what? Yeah. No apps, no fucking food, no watching the kids. Like, what the hell? It seems like we're putting all our eggs in one basket, and that's the shit that drives me nuts as a parent.
Yeah. There should be there should be a paper backup platform. You know what I mean, right? Yes. Or at least like a fail safe that they should teach to everybody in case the app goes down, right? Like that isn't outside the realm of possibility. Right, there should be a structure in place. Like, okay, if this goes down, this is what we do, and this is why this is here. Boom, boom, boom.
Like we're really putting all our eggs in that basket.
Use it.
You know.
So, Maddie, it sounds like what we just talked about too was Liam is in the catbird seat here at least because he gets the most influence, right? And he gets to kind of see if she's into his interests and stuff like that. I have the least amount of influence because I can't be there, and it just never crossed my mind he couldn't watch a Super Bowl. You have influence.
He's like the middle.
But you have to have the go-kart conversation. You know what I mean? Like, you have influence,
but like my daughter doesn't want to watch. I'm kind of excited. Like my daughter does. She watches TV like a wimp. Like she doesn't like the scary parts of a show and all that stuff yet. And I'm like, this is the best part. Like I've talked to her. I was like, I can't wait till we can watch this show together and this show. But with my son, I know it's going to be like, oh, we're going to watch all this stuff.
Dude, me and my daughter watch like horror movies, watch like Scream and stuff. And
I can't wait. I can't wait to be like, hey, you want to watch a Marvel movie? You want to watch Hook? You want to watch Princess Bride? Like, you want to watch all these fucking awesome movies. But yeah, we haven't gotten there yet. But hopefully we will. But we're not there yet. But hey, you know where we are at? The top of fucking time, Daddy. That was a fast, quick combo, and I loved it. Anything before we get out of here?
We got to think of a name for the segment, I think. So everybody has any suggestions?
I think it's the dad. We're jobbers. Dads are fucking jobbers. We're all fucking jobbers. So dad jobbers segment. I don't know.
Well, if anybody has
CEO, head jabron. Lead jabron.
Anybody have any suggestions? Send them in. Let us know. Comments. Send them in the comments.
Anybody, 3 fucking different dads.
I bet we have some single dads, some divorced dads, and some married dads listening to this podcast. So
out there.
Let us know, man. Let us know some of the stuff that's driving you bonkers and bananas.
Please.
Yeah, let me know that I'm doing everything wrong, and then, you know what I mean? You can take that.
Yeah, you could be, just like my wife.
Exactly.
So, all right. Well, speaking of cramming it up cram holes, has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast presents The Retorted Show. I'm Lavelle, he's Bern Podcasy, and that good-looking bastard is Liam Reese. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. Hang out with us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. Join us on Twitter and TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe. We'll keep bringing you this sweet, sweet content. Thanks so much for listening. We'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks. See ya.